So it may give your viewers a little bit of motion sickness. That's nice. They're coming into the turn, might as well get back inside the truck. Otherwise I'm kind of chancing. So if nothing else, I'm just glad I've got a steering wheel. Not too long ago, I'd be doing this with driving and steering it with the mouse. If you don't think that's awful, just wait till the mouse loses a little bit of Bluetooth signal for half a second. Instant jackknife sometimes. And we're in Albany in the exit for Bend. This is really pretty up here. Almost, in some ways, I almost feel like I'm driving across Euro truck with some of this terrain. Would help if I stayed in my lane. And again, the nice thing about driving your own trailer, you can speed wherever you want. Alright, there's the exit for Salem. Second Bend exit. Hey, I think that's my first city it's actually given me to discover. I don't even care if I've got a thing up in Astoria. I'm still going to go up to Astoria. Astoria is really is a neat place. Great seafood if you can't imagine. Coast Guard stuff out there is crazy. I've seen all kinds of specials about all of the work they have to do. Oh, entering Portland. Time to start slowing down and paying attention. I think I have to go up to the northwest side of Portland. Oh, there's the tram. And achievement at the Beaver State, 2 of 14. There we are. Okay. Where do we have to go? We have to go over there. So we're coming kind of through Portland. Off over here. That's awesome though. They've got stuff that cuts over into the Washington side of the line. Yes, you're cutting over across the river. Portland Cargo Terminal. That's pretty cool. So I'm on 405. Nice. Alright. Let's take a look. See where we go. So we see a sign for 405 in Astoria. Actually, I think we're already on 405. Do we need to get in the left lane? Yes, we do. That's what I thought. It really does help to kind of know the road signs and what the route's going to be. Saves you from... Oh, that's an awesome bridge. That is an awesome bridge. I'll have to go over and check that later on. Yeah, it's been years since I've been to Portland. Alright, freeway ends. Oh, are we almost here? We are almost here. I see the flag. Come on. That's what happens. I showed up in like 12th gear. That's it. Well, so I get for paying attention to where I'm going. And not only did I wreck, I also... Oh man, talk about noob error. Man, that's the most awful noob error I think I've made in a very long time. And now I'm in. Alright, what have I got going on? Oh, there it is. Seriously? Enough to make me start swearing in Korean. Let me go ahead and throw up the... way. So I'm going to bounce that right into the curb. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to find out how to do things wrong, yeah, go ahead and watch me. And now I straighten this out. And if you feel like insulting my driving, by all means, leave a chat, comment. Get out of the road. You don't want to be there. I'm going to just go shove that one over. There we go. Alright, let's see how bad that is. That's not too bad. Be a lot better. How are you doing, Gaming Dragon? Glad to see you on here. It's definitely a case of how not to park. Granted, this is one of... There we go. This is definitely one of my least favorite spots to park in, is having to back that thing all the way back through there. Thanks for popping in. Guessing you're wanting to see what the Oregon DLC looks like. Hey, just leveled up too. Of course, that was 827 miles. You could finally, now because of the Oregon DLC, you can finally start to get some of the really stupid long cargo routes. It's like right now I can get, let's see, because I've got up to level 5 in deliveries. I can go up to 2,500 miles, so we're still not needing rank 6. But because that one was just 800 and some miles, so that was a rank 3 delivery, and that was from Fresno to Portland, so that was kind of the west half of the map. You might be able to go more than 2,500. You know what, before I do this, I want to see what the freight market looks like to go from Portland. I want to see what's the longest route length. I mean, do I want to... Nope, not shortest there. I want to go longest. Portland to the Grand Canyon. Really? That's... Portland to the Grand Canyon, that's 1,300. Okay, let's check external contracts. Portland to Carlsbad, New Mexico, that's 1910. So that is about the longest you're going to be able to go right now. So, and that's because you can sit there and cut. It's not taking California all the way through. But that right there is about the longest, well, really, Astoria. No, I'm not going to do that one. I would love to do that one, do like a Portland to Carlsbad, but I just did Fresno. I just did half that just right now, and I know that I'm not going to have the time this evening to go do that because I know I have a job to go to in the morning. I am going to go drive around right now. I'm going to drive up through Astoria, down to Newport, and possibly as far south as Coos Bay. I may see right now if I can get a job. See if there's a job in Coos Bay. Hey, there's a job in Coos Bay. Let's sort these by price per distance. Starting Portland. Anything in Coos Bay? There it is. It's only tires, but that pays me to run. I can grab those. I'm going to run up through Astoria anyway just to do it, and then I will run down the coast just to get that part of the map in. And just because if nothing else, this is a really pretty drive. I've driven parts of this before and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this right now, and I'm going to keep talking. There we go. I hate this bit though, this right here, because you come into the lot from where the green is. You come in and then you have to turn the whole vehicle around, back around, and then back all the way back into here and get it parked in. And I know on prior to this I've had to park before in a couple of those. That drive to the ones coming up, this will probably take me half hour, 45 minutes or so, I'm guessing, based on the length of time for some of this stuff. That's one of the things that I'm really happy about. I don't know if you caught me mentioning it earlier. I am really happy that, let me get that turned off. Really happy that they went ahead and, where am I picking this one up at? Am I picking this up? Oh, over across the street. Awesome. I am really happy that these guys rescaled the map. I know some people are really ticked off still that, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, the one to go, if I was going to take that one that went all the way down to New Mexico, I would be here for probably another hour and a half. Or actually, no, I'm thinking it was probably an hour for me to drive this one. It'll probably be a 2-hour drive to go do the one that would go from Portland all the way down to Alamogordo or Las Cruces or whichever one that was down in New Mexico. That would take hell of a long time. That would be completely insane. This one is going to be pretty short and as much sightseeing, then yeah, I know. That's, if you play Euro Truck, that would essentially be like driving from England over into Germany or something. All right. Actually, like Eastern Germany over like I would think like England to Poland would be about an equivalent. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up on gas. Yeah, it would be a huge, long drive. But do you play ATS or ETS? I'm guessing that you do. Okay, I need to go over there and pick up my tires, I think. Let me see here. Where do I pick up the tires? Here. Huh, I think I pick up the tires here. Sweet. Alright. Where am I? Do I pick up the tires here? I think I pick them up over across the way. Either that or, oh no, I pick them up right next door because there's a, I think that's a tire place right next door. But yeah, if you play ATS or ETS, I'd be interested to hear it. Nope, I can't go that way. Yeah. I think I'm gonna hit that car. Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. Let's get the job list. Cargo market. Coos Bay, there we go. Take job. Where is it at? It's in here somewhere. I do not see it. Alright. Well, there's nothing else. I need to get my butt off the street. Oh, there it is. Come on, really? Alright. It's way over there. So I'm going to just drive around the trash pile. Yeah, this system is the system I'm currently using is by no means awesome. Really? Seriously? Can I pull through here? No? Oh, I can pull through there. The system I am currently using is it was an ancient system that I had. It's still about the only thing really that's still from the original system is the processors. Actually, now that I think about it, it was like a 3.0 dual core. How do I feel about the fact that the current course of SES ATS will cost $400 by the time the whole ES is released? I don't expect it's going to be that much by the time they get done. I know that they've got a ton of DLC that they need to get out, and I know that a lot of people are hacked that it's taken them so long that they're afraid that it's going to be more the fact that it is. Let me go ahead and get the mirror up on that side. There we go. More the fact that it's been, well, this is, I have to straighten that out. More the fact that it is taken so long to get to this point, but I know that New Mexico and to a certain extent Oregon were held back just because I keep shifting up. I've got my steering wheel turned around. I've got paddle shifters on this controller. So let's see here where we need to go. I need to go this way. I've got paddle shifters on this controller, so whenever if the steering wheel gets inverted, it ends up. How did I end up? I ended up locking it on the other side. I end up shifting either up when I mean to go down or down when I mean to go up. But it's just rescaling the map, I think, was the single best thing that they did. And I think that was one of the most important things that they've done with the game. Jeez, I think I've never driven in this game before. Alright. Alright, let's get this around. Slower is always better. And if you ever get a chance to see on the mirror powering over that trash pile on the other side of the truck, if you ever get a chance to see on the rearview mirror on a semi-truck, somebody's got GOAL. Man. This is like, right about now, it's like everybody is clicking off the game. No, the best thing that I think that they ever did, and the reason why they ended up having to... There we go. one of the reasons. Oh, I caught up on that dumpster. There we go. Just what I ended up holding it off was just getting that scaling to the same thing as ETS, which I think really changed the game. It made it so it was actually like driving the real stuff. I've driven so many of these routes, especially New Mexico, Arizona. Get that, loading it up. I've driven so many of these routes, and it is really just kind of a cargo's loaded, and there we go. So many of these routes I have driven that in ATS before they changed the scaling, they just didn't feel real. They felt like you get in the truck in Phoenix and all of a sudden you're getting out of the truck in LA. Just flick of a switch. And so it's nice that they actually rescaled everything so you can kind of figure this stuff out. Now, I'm not going the way it's telling me to go. I am going to go through Astoria. There we go, down through Newport, then down to Coos Bay. I'm not coming this way because I want to go through Astoria because Astoria is a beautiful town to drive through. But, yeah, and when you start looking at the pricing, I'm not even sure if... let me see here. How do you pronounce that name? Lafiti. There you go. If the I don't expect it's going to cost $400. I'm expecting they're going to have bits and pieces that where instead of just like doing a whole state, I picture Montana, Wyoming coming in together. I picture the Dakotas coming in together, possibly with Minnesota. I picture a lot of areas they will bring in, especially the farther east you go, they're going to be pulling in like, I picture like Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana together. I'm picturing Oklahoma, Arkansas together. I'm picturing a bunch of things like that, where they are going to be combining, especially smaller states, because the farther east you go, you're going to get smaller states. You're going to get fewer options on roads. Eventually, you're going to get way to the East Coast, and I can picture them doing like Maine, like whenever they get to it, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, maybe Massachusetts, all together. I mean, it's just, yeah, Texas is going to be all its own. But I think now that they've got a production schedule going on, they've got 2 or 3 teams running on just doing map design. I think it's going to be really cool when they get everything finally down to where it needs to be. I'm not worried too much for the cost. I don't picture this is going to be like a railroad simulator or train simulator, whatever it is. If you're familiar with that fine product, which I absolutely abhor. I just can't picture driving a train. I've tried it. I got hold of a very inexpensive copy of it through Humble Bundle one time, and it was pretty cool. It just didn't grab me at all, and so I have no interest in that particular franchise. But it's also, when you look at it, to get all of the railroad simulator or like the train simulator game, all of the different engines and all the everything else. All right, bye Columbia River. I'll see you in a little bit. You end up spending something like $1,000 or more. And I mean, you can do the same thing with stuff like EU4. If you don't buy it smart, you end up getting everything just ridiculously expensive over time. Part of it, though, is I also look at a lot of this stuff as improving a game world that if you, for example, if you're playing World of Warcraft, think to yourself, how much have you spent over time with all the expansions on World of Warcraft? I know I played through like the first 5, maybe 6. And when you're buying those all full price, you're spending... And where are these little four-wheelers coming from? Sorry to jump off of that, but this is like the third one of those that I've seen. And they're all out here on interstate or like 4-lane split highways where you've got semis driving 60 miles an hour past them. What in the world is up with that? Blows my mind. Blows my mind. I'm not sure if that's part of the mod doing that, or if that's the game engine said, hey, let's go ahead and do this freaky thing. Now, what I'm keeping an eye out for as I go through Astoria is I am looking for the Coast Guard Museum. There it is! There's the Coast Guard Museum. The Coast Guard Museum is awesome. I'm a museum guy. This is one of my favorite museums of the Columbia River Maritime Museum. You go inside there, and they have one of the Coast Guard rescue boats in there, mounted in an artificial wave, flipped over on its side, just like they have to do out in the Columbia River Sound. And that's the Columbia River over there. But yeah, the museum back there is just awesome. Would help I'm in the right gear. Sitting here talking too much. Totally missed the light. That is cool. I'm very glad they do that. See, and when you're complaining about how much this game costs, you're paying for them. They're not making maps. They're making maps of real places. They are coming in, and it's not just coming in and going, okay, so we can slap down all of these stores that are over here and keep using the same fake keep using the same fake chains, keep using the same fake whatever. They come in, and I mean, it's just, there's so much that I get frustrated with a lot of people, where they are just dragging the SES for everything from how slow the stuff gets out to why can't they get more trucks into the game? Why can't they do this? Why does it cost that much? Why is this time schedule this? And it just kills me hearing about that, because these people have no clue as to what goes into these games. So I'm sitting here talking too much, and I start paying attention to what's going on elsewhere, not what I'm doing. But yeah, I think SES is doing what they can with what they have, and I think anybody who's really honestly complaining about what SES is doing needs to start learning what the game design business is like and what the economics of the situation are before they start slagging on some of these companies, because the companies are doing what they can, and if they don't charge what they need to charge to get this stuff done and what the market's willing to pay, I'm like, if you don't want to pay $13 for, or $12 or whatever it is for Oregon, don't pay $12 for Oregon. Come back in 3 months when Steam's got it on a sale, get 10-25% off. I mean, just, I have not bought a AAA game in the last, oh good lord, I don't know how long. I mean, it's just because I know that most of the AAA games, I'll end up getting a very small amount of play out of them. And so I've gotten to the point where I recognize that I'm going to get a couple, 3 hours worth of solid play, maybe 5 or 10 hours worth of play out of the AAA games, and I don't really feel like I don't want to pay $60 for 3 hours worth of play. But I will sit and pay full price for ATS, ETS when that stuff comes out. I haven't gotten as much into Europe as I have into America, but that's partially because, like, as much as I enjoy driving around in Europe, I'm probably going to get the next one that includes Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and Finland, just because my wife's family is Finn. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a giggle thing that I can do that. Oh, hey, sorry you got to take off. I'm glad you were hanging out as long as you were. If you like what you're doing, go ahead and follow me. I'm probably, as much as I can, the next few nights. I've got some stuff going on later this week, but at least for the next few nights or so, I'm going to be playing through Oregon and trying to do what I can here without destroying as many trucks as I possibly can. And so if you go ahead and throw a follow my way, you can take a look at it. And I'll be more than happy to answer any other questions you have. Otherwise, have a good night. But yeah, I'm really enjoying... Man, there's the Pacific Ocean. No, actually, no, wait. Seriously? There were no flashing lights. None of that. If there were flashing lights, I am disappointed because I saw none of them. I saw the boat coming over here. And I think this is neat that they've got this... Oh, wow. That's... I did not see that stoplight up there. That's pretty cool. Having to wait for this tug to come through here. Let's straighten out a little bit. Sitting there taking a look at it, end up running into the... Man, that was crazy. That was funny. Alright, come on, boat. Come on, boat. Come on, boat. You can do this. That was... I have no idea. That was just... I was just riding along. I was admiring the view of the Columbia River coming out past Astoria. Mouth of the Columbia River off over there, heading out into the Pacific Ocean. What do? I run into the bridge. I didn't imagine I'd be going across the river, though. Oh, I see what happened. Or do I? No, because that's coming this way. Columbia River... I don't know, I'm confused. Because I thought the Columbia River fed out that way. Unless this must be a different river. I don't know. I'm not remembering my geography well enough. If somebody knows which river that is that we're crossing over, give me a shout. Because I'm sitting there thinking that this is not a river I knew, because I thought the Columbia River... Okay, so the Columbia River should be heading off that way. I don't know what river this is that we're crossing that goes on the inside. Okay, it's going to be turning green here any minute now. The road's down. Come on. Come on. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Come on, let's see. Seriously? It's going to take that long? How much time do I have on my job? 4:48, 6:13. Oh, I've got to get my truck fixed. Yeah, very... I've got to go hit the service station. Achievement unlocked, uplifting. That's what I get for sightseeing. Drive my truck into a crossbar. How much damage is on this thing now? 24%. I think I need to get to a service station. Let's see here. Is there a service station? No. What world is that? Okay. Logging stuff. Is there a service station? Oh, service station right there. Okay, service station. There's a couple service stations. This right in the middle of Newport, at the end of Newport, and then Coos Bay. So I have told them to Newport to get that. I hope I get there. I have a feeling I'm going to get. My truck's going to die a couple of 3 times. Yeah, 24% damage on the truck. Driving full speed into a crossbar. That's why you don't sightsee while you're driving, kids. Sightsee while you drive? Yeah, put stuff in the walls.